Well, good evening. Welcome to our new home. What do you guys think? Did you have a hard time finding it? Huh?
We'll see how you get home in this new home.
Yeah. Well, selfishly, it is. This is going to be a great facility. We've got it locked up for several years, but for us, we felt like it was a unique opportunity for us to really be able to, demonstrate our technology in an environment where we're not competing with all the noise. The one thing that, as a supplier at any one of these trade shows that's frustrating is when you have 2 or 3 customers deep, trying to get, a qualified presentation, and the noise is just, it makes it challenging. And so, selfishly, we were fortunate that IBC came to us first to give us the opportunity to secure this facility, and I think it's going to be fantastic for us, and you're the first to see it. After my overview tonight, all of our product specialists will be here. If there's anything that you want to go into a little bit more depth, I think the neat thing about this particular show for us is everything that you're going to see on the showroom floor, we're deploying. So there's no PowerPoint presentations here. We made it a point that everything that Steve and his team are actually demonstrating is what we're deploying. So you can get all those presentations. We'll have the hard liquor after my presentation. We didn't want you to be diluted in the meantime. But anyway, thank you for coming. So I know that most of you know Imagine. At least I hope we've done a really good job over the last couple years since we've rebranded Harris Broadcast. I think for us, we're excited about how IBC and NAB has really evolved. When I first came into this industry, everyone said that NAB, had a role and IBC had another role, and a lot of the existing customers from North America and the EMEA and Asia regions participated in both the shows. And what I think we've seen over the last couple of years, and I think very much so this year, is that this has become an EMEA and Asia show. And while there are customers from North America and CALA, we selfishly feel like this is a great opportunity for us to focus on the customers that are in this region. And I feel like having just came out of NAB, we saw a lot of the same things with a lot of customers from North America and CALA. But just to baseline everyone, I thought I'd kind of share with you some metrics. This is the only metric slide I have, but I think it's important and interesting for you guys to appreciate just what our products are doing in the industry. And from an ad impression perspective, and you're starting to hear a lot about ad impressions, what we're doing with our advanced advertising platform, but we support 5 trillion ad impressions on an annualized basis. $46 billion worth of ad revenue traverses through our platforms. 15 billion gigabytes of video traverse through our products. We have 3,000 customers. We have about 3 million products deployed in over 185 countries around the world. We're represented in 80% of the top media companies around the world. We've got now 201 patents, and we just were awarded our 10th Emmy. So we're pretty proud of that, and that was in our ad management platform. So I talked a little bit. I wanted to kind of share this slide because it's important, this show is important for us to focus on our EMEA and Asia regions. It's an opportunity, selfishly, for me and the leadership team to spend some quality time with Matthias and Joe's customers. You can see here we're very well represented across this region, and we believe that we have a great opportunity to continue to expand. Our portfolio has continued to broaden itself. Every one of our 4 pillars, we've seen additional incremental technology that's been innovated over the last couple of years. On the advertising side, we're continuing to evolve this platform. You're going to hear a lot about what we're doing to really lead the Omni platform around programmatic ad sales. Our playout portfolio has really evolved. You're going to hear a lot about IP in the cloud, and with our announcement with Disney ABC back in April, we've really become the catalyst in this industry to take our playout platform that has traditionally been premise-based to really create a playout and automation architecture that can be deployed in any environment, whether it's premise-based, cloud-based, a hybrid environment. We've advanced our automation platforms. We've delivered next-generation master control and next-generation video servers. We've partnered with companies like HP to deliver next-generation servers and storage platforms. As you'll hear in a few minutes, we're still investing heavily in our baseband technology. While we have certainly been out in front of the market as it relates to next-generation technologies like IP, we certainly know that with 40 years of technology that is in the market, it's going to take many years for us to evolve the network. And so we're continuing to invest in that technology. We rolled out a new baseband router here at the show that I'll talk about in a few minutes. And then the one portfolio that is new is our distribution portfolio. Over the last year, we acquired 3 companies, along with some of our own innovation, have created what we believe to be the most comprehensive distribution portfolio in the market. And it's really centered around how the MVPDs are delivering over-the-top and next-generation technologies utilizing cloud-based solutions. So 2 years ago, we stood up here and we talked about IP, we talked about cloud, we talked about TV everywhere, we talked about how important virtualization was going to be. And for us, those technologies have certainly evolved. We've also created an innovation advisory board. So there's 35 CTOs that get together with us about 4 times a year. This slide only represents the fact that Disney hosted one of our meetings, CBS at the David Letterman facility hosted one of our meetings. Sony Pictures hosted one of our meetings on the Wheel of Fortune set. And Hearst, which is one of the larger broadcasters in North America, just hosted one of these meetings. It has become a very vital steering committee for us. We spend a day and a half with this group, and it's something that we are evolving now in this region, in EMEA and Asia. So I mentioned this earlier, but this was the exact slide that we talked about in 2013. We talked about IP, we talked about software-defined networks and workflows, and we talked about how important over-the-top and TV everywhere was going to become. And 2 years later, we've gone from no proof of concepts, no demos, no trials in this area, to this year, in the first half, we have over 90 customer trials that are evaluating our IP technology for playout and virtualization. Evaluating our next generation software-defined networking and orchestration, evaluating our cloud-based DVR and packaging solutions. So we're really excited, and you can see that it's not just a North America phenomenon. We're actually seeing a very equalized amount of activity around the world. So these are certainly the trends that we've been investing in, and if you look at not our data, but if you look at industry data, it certainly speaks to the fact that over the next several years, almost 60–70% of all of our customers will have some portion of their network that is IP enabled. Cloud and virtualization, which was something that wasn't even talked about really 2–3 years ago, will be very prevalent over the next several years. We believe that some part or all of our customers' network functions are going to play a role in how they virtualize and leverage private and public clouds going forward. So we're proud of the fact that over the last 2 years, we've spent close to $200 million in R&D, and Steve and his team have successfully shifted what was really a 70–30 R&D split on our existing products to today we're spending close to 70–75% of our R&D dollars on next generation technologies, which has really given us an opportunity to become a first market mover in a lot of these areas. And you can see that the significant difference in the way we are innovating and the way we are investing our dollars is really across the various workflows and platforms. So this is sort of a slide that we put up on a board 2 years ago that we wanted to get to. We really wanted to be able to deliver an end-to-end solutions portfolio from media to play out to networking to distribution. And we've enhanced our advertising platform, we've enhanced our play out and automation platform, and we've certainly added a whole portfolio around how content gets distributed to consumers. So in April, I'm assuming most of you heard the announcement that we made with Disney at NAB. It was groundbreaking for us. I think it's groundbreaking for the industry because it's not just file-based Disney video content that we are transitioning into a virtualized cloud environment. It's ABC affiliates that will be delivering real-time live linear feeds utilizing a virtualized cloud environment. So it is a first. It has created a lot of opportunity for us. I guess Steve would say it's created a lot of work for us as well. It's not easy stuff. We tend to sometimes make things look like it's easy, and the reality is virtualizing play out and automation and being able to accomplish the latency and speeds and feeds that are required when you're hubbing 220 affiliate locations around the world from 8 locations is not an easy task to do, and I'm really proud of what the team has done. And since then, we've got about 20 active trials with our IP playout technology, leveraging, in most cases, to start out with private clouds. I do think that over time, public clouds will begin to play a more prevalent role, especially with a lot of the smaller broadcasters. But this is certainly where we see the industry headed. And I thought I'd just show you a quick video with a caption from Disney.
The television industry has changed dramatically. We consume content anywhere, on any device, at any time, for as long as we want. What hasn't changed is the way media companies move, manage, and manipulate video. But for Disney ABC Television Group, the days of big iron media facilities are rapidly coming to an end.
The world is headed to IP distribution.
We will end up in effectively a virtualized environment.
We're talking about potentially spinning up hundreds of channels.
There's the ability now to bring solutions to the table based on changing business needs.
This is not a hardware business anymore.
Working with Imagine Communications, Disney ABC Television is using Versio Cloud to seamlessly transition its linear broadcast operations to a unified IP cloud architecture. This innovative approach to cloud-based playout enables the flexibility and scalability to match the rapid advancement and ongoing evolution of the television industry, fully unleashing the imagination of one of the most creative companies on the planet.
That was a clapping moment. It was in our slide. It had like an applaud there. No, it's actually the applaud is really for the team. I mean, it was something that we started 18 months ago. It's certainly given us a lot of momentum, and it's nothing like exciting your own employees when you see success like this. And I think over the next 3 months, Tim and the team are going to be very busy. So I thought I would just share with you some of the new products and technologies that you're going to see here at the show and on our booth. The first is we are announcing a new 15U IP3 baseband router. So we've had our large 28 RU frame that has been very successfully received in the marketplace. But one of the things that we've learned over the last 18 months is that there is a gap in the market between our Platinum VX platform, which has really become much more software oriented, and our very large IP3 router, to where now we have a 15 RU compact baseband router that can be deployed in smaller density locations. It can be used in mobile units that otherwise couldn't have. So it's we believe that the market for this over the next several years is going to be pretty significant. I talked a little bit about Magellan SDN Orchestrator. This is probably one of the most significant investments that we've made over the last couple years. I mean, this is really the glue that takes our SDI baseband technology and allows it to align itself with our next generation IP technology. And And as you can see in this picture, it's really designed to be able to take everything that we're doing in the baseband world and be able to align it with what we ultimately will start evolving to in the IP world. And in the eyes of the user, the interfaces, the operational tools that they're using today looks and feels exactly the same. So the one thing that we have learned really over the last year or two as we spent a lot of time with customers talking about IP is the skill set challenges. And we saw this in the service provider space as well, that as you're moving from TDM to IP and now baseband to IP, you know, one of the single biggest challenges is the skill sets and the operational knowledge of how to operate a broadcast network with new topology. And so what our SDN orchestrator really is delivering is a way in which our operators can seamlessly operate and manage their network in the similar ways that they're doing today, while at the same time taking advantage of next generation IP technology. So I talked a lot about our playout solution, Versio. It has, in my opinion, made the single biggest advancements in this company over the last 2 years. From where we were lagging the industry in integrated channel playout, and we took a very bold approach, you know, 12, 18 months ago, that we wanted to leapfrog the industry, and we wanted to get out in front of the industry with a next generation IP playout platform that could be virtualized. It could run on any COTS platform, and we've successfully done that. And I'm very excited about what we're doing. As I mentioned, it's a platform that can run on a traditional premise-based environment, in a traditional baseband environment, and in a next-generation IP or hybrid environment. And this is ultimately what Disney is deploying. So the other thing that we did was we enhanced Versio with our new master control surface technology. So think of this as the ability now to take all of the playout objects and be able to create your own modular workflow desktop that is essentially virtualized on a touch screen. And so if you go to the ABC, one of the ABC offices today, they've got all of these ELO touchscreens with our Versio software loaded on it, where they can configure and create whatever workflow template that they need to run their business, and they can change it on the fly. It's very cool, and it's something that has never been done before. So very, very excited about what the team has done here and how this is ultimately going to create a lot of distance between us and, we think, the rest of the market. We've certainly made a lot of advancements in our advertising management portfolio. You know, we've been talking over the last couple of years about the importance of getting to a single platform that supports multiple markets. So, you know, the reality is, for us, a company that is supporting customers around the world, we have advertising platforms that support traditional broadcasters, TV networks, cable networks, North America, international, and they're all different. And one of the things that, you know, Steve and I got very focused on early on was how can we get to one modular single platform that functionally can ultimately create a modular design to where we can support all these customers without having to continue to support multiple platforms. And we're certainly making a lot of progress in this area. We've been investing a lot in next generation omni-platform programmatic buying to where we can support third-party exchanges. I think that's, did I miss anything? So this is our next generation Cloud Extreme products is one of the most exciting areas for us, because it's giving us an opportunity really for the first time to begin to participate on the distribution side, to be able to bring technology and solutions to the MVPDs. And you've certainly seen what's happened over the last 18 months. I mean, I remember talking about a la carte content services 2 years ago, and nobody thought that that was something that was going to happen. And today, you know, all of the major content providers are delivering over-the-top services today. And they're doing it because of the internet, and they're doing it because of mobility. And now the next generation in the way content is going to be personalized and managed is not by hardware-based DVRs. It's going to be virtualizing that functionality into a cloud-based environment to where the distributors can give their consumers a lot more flexibility in how they manage their content going forward. So you can really think about the fact that there's an endless amount of opportunity for us to create value for the MVPDs and how they ultimately deliver personalized services to their customer. And so I think that we have the most comprehensive cloud-based distribution portfolio of anyone. We have everything from how video is transcoded and encoded to now just-in-time packaging. We've now added dynamic ad insertion into the portfolio. And so we have truly a next-generation recording functionality for private and shared copy. So as more and more of the larger distributors begin to think about how they can eliminate truck rolls and how they can eliminate hardware-based DVRs in the home, they'll be able to do that with our next-generation CDVR technology. Selenio Next, which was an acquisition that we made through Little Imagine, almost 2 years ago, has really evolved, and we've now added just-in-time transcoding to this portfolio, which really gives our customers the ability to transcode video content on the fly. It dramatically cuts the cost, and they can basically deliver any resolution to any device. And the second to last topic that I really wanted to talk about was how important the ecosystem remains and really going forward. I mean, this has been an industry that we tend to talk about in cliches like snowflakes, and we talk about snowflakes in the sense that you have so many proprietary networks out there, so many proprietary and custom features and functionality that so many of our customers over the years have requested. And I think that the only way for our customers to be able to compete in the future is for us to get them to a standards-based platform. It doesn't mean that we're not going to be able to deliver specialized functionality and features. We are. But the sooner that we can get our customers to a standards-based platform to where we can accelerate innovation, we can accelerate the applications, and frankly, our partners and smaller companies can innovate on those same platforms, the sooner it is that our customers are going to be able to compete in an environment that is dynamically changing very fast. And this is an area that we have spent a lot of time in. We have embraced an ecosystem that has fostered some fantastic relationships that we've learned from that I think ultimately is going to help us accelerate our business. Over the next few days, we have breakfast, lunch, and evening sessions with IBM and HP, Microsoft, EVS, and others that are going to help bring a lot of, I think, true workshops to IBC. I went through the material with my team over the last 2 weeks, and I will just tell you that these sessions are best in class. I don't think that IBC has any sessions that are as good as these sessions that are being put forth. So I would encourage you to try to participate in as much as you can. I talked about our booth. I love the layout of our booth. I mean, selfishly, the fact that we've got our own building gives us a lot of optionality. And the way Steve and the team have designed, our booth is really from ingest to consumer consumption. You can basically, get a demonstration on our entire workflow right here in this room. And I think that the layout turned out fantastic. And as I mentioned, our subject matter experts are going to be here after this session if there's anything that you want to spend more time diving into. I talked a little bit about our Imagine Live sessions, but you can see starting tomorrow we have a lunch and learn that is sponsored by Microsoft that they're actually orchestrating. And it's really about broadcast operations that are moving to the cloud. In the evening, we're actually hosting, Steve Reynolds is actually hosting a session on the various business cases around transitioning the networks to IP. Very good session. In the morning on Saturday, Microsoft again is sponsoring an event that is focused on video solutions, scalable online video solutions. We're hosting a session over the lunchtime on virtualizing master control. So you'll see a lot of what we're doing with Disney and other companies around how we're virtualizing their master control into a cloud-based environment. And then in the evening, HP is talking about their IT technology and how their technologies are providing a lot of agility into the market. On Saturday, we're hosting a session on following the money, and it's really about the advancements that we're making in our advertising portfolio. At lunch, HP is sponsoring a session on cloud DVR, and this is taking a lot of what we're doing and leveraging their storage, compute, and server capabilities. And then in the evening, IBM has an event on how they are transforming the media industry. And then on Monday, Cisco is sponsoring an event that they're hosting on innovating. I can't see that far. I'm getting old. And then we have our final session on Monday that is really on storage optimization, which is really one of IBM's specialties. And if I look at kind of how Imagine is working with a lot of these partners, it is very specific. So Imagine and IBM have a lot of. We got to quit letting Everts come into the building. So anyway, I think that the sessions are something, they're open to you, and I would encourage you to take advantage of them. So before I go to the next slide, is there any questions? I'll certainly be available. Steve's here, my team's here, the product specialist teams are here, and we certainly want to turn this into a little bit more of a social hour after this. But if there's any specific questions that you think the broader audience would be interested in hearing, I'm happy to take those questions. If not, I am excited about a new partnership that we are announcing for the first time tonight. It'll be publicly announced tomorrow morning. A partnership that we've been working on really for the last year with the leader in slow motion and instant replay, EVS. And Imagine are coming together to strategically deliver next generation solutions specifically around live news and sports, around play out, automation, and networking. And to join me is the CEO of EVS, Muriel. Join me.
Thank you, Charlie.
Good to see you. Thank you.
Yes, thank you
I'm assuming
very
that
much.
everybody knows Muriel. So anything that you'd like to add on the
Yes.
strategic relationship?
Yeah, absolutely. So as you all know, EVS has always been at the forefront of technological innovation as long as it brings real benefits to our customers. And when we talk about technological innovation that really brings benefits, IP is a really enabler for the whole broadcast industry. Because we all know that it brings operational efficiencies, but it also opens a whole new range of monetization opportunities, and it is pretty exciting as a revolution for the live production. So, basically when we met at the NAV a few months ago, around a nice glass of wine, we realized that we were sharing a lot of things together, both of us, but also our companies. First, we both come from the telecom industry, which helps to have a similar vision. And second, we actually had exactly the same vision regarding the transition to IP. So we both are really promoting interoperability, open standards, the hybrid approach, and so on and so forth. And moreover, we also realized that we had actually a lot of complementarity in our products.
Well, and one of the things that you mentioned is one of the single biggest challenges that our industry faces, and that's standards. And there really isn't any one company or companies that have become the catalyst to really endorse and support, standards. And, one of the things that we've spent a lot of time with some of our larger customers talking about IP specifically, and some of the standards that we are spending a lot of time trying to influence, like SMPTE 2022 and JPEG 2000. I mean, there's a lot of activity that is providing some help and some confusion,
Yes.
I think, in the space. And I think one of the things that is exciting for us in this relationship is that we have two companies that have significant share in the market, that are coming together, that are embracing IP and embracing a standard in how we're going to deploy next generation solutions.
Exactly, and we show that actually it works. That when we embrace standards like SMPT 2022, it really works. We have solutions that broadcasters can be confident are going to work and going to help their life basically to move to IP.
Well, I am excited about the relationship. I know my team's going to be excited to work with you guys as well, and you know, it's great to be able to take a best-in-class company as EBS and a best-in-class company like Imagine and try to ensure that we're delivering the best solutions we can to our customers and yours.
Definitely.
So, with that, that's all I had. If there's anything that you all want to talk about, we'll be around all night. The bar's open. Demos are open. And we're open for business. We'll take orders anytime you want. Thanks.